Let's bring in Joshua Ritter, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, and host of Courtroom Confidential. Josh, good morning to you. Former prosecutor, so take us into the courtroom. What do you expect to hear from both sides today?
It's going to be a very extensive hearing. I think we're going to get a real sneak preview of what to expect at the trial. 3 to 4 days for a preliminary hearing is a long day for a preliminary hearing, even in a homicide case. You can see a homicide prelim wrap up in about a day sometimes. So what I imagine we're going to hear is quite a bit. And it's going to give us a fairly extensive idea of what to expect at trial. We've already had a bail hearing that was very detailed. So we're going to hear, it sounds like, from witnesses who are going to make statements that the victim in this case made that implicate his wife, along with some other forensic evidence. And I imagine a star witness in this case has always been an informant who dealt with getting Kouri, allegedly, according to the police, the fentanyl that was involved in the death.
Richins now famously wrote a children's book about grief after her husband's death. She went on lots of TV interviews. She even did an interview with News Nation's Salt Lake City affiliate KTVX to promote her book. How do you think this is going to play in court? Do you think it's going to affect the jury's perception of her?
That's a really interesting question because I don't know how much of that will end up in court. But I will say this: if that evidence comes out that in the meantime, after his death, that she was trying to somehow profit upon it, that is not going to go over well with the jurors at all. I mean, jurors react to these things much like any one of us do, and that is something that's going to be very disturbing to them. That on top of losing her husband and likely being involved in it, that she was then somehow trying to paint herself as the victim and profit on that. That is something that I could see definitely playing a role in the jurors' heads when they sit down to deliberate.
There are also allegations, Mills touched on this, that she tried to kill her husband multiple times. A significant allegation, no doubt. How do you think this is going to impact the case, and what is the defense's likely response to that?
This is a circumstantial case. That's something to keep in mind. So any evidence that helps bolster the murder charges is going to be helpful to the prosecution. So if there is evidence that she may have attempted this at a prior occasion, that's, of course, going to strengthen it. That is also independently charged as a attempted murder charge. So that's definitely going to add strength to the prosecution's case. Plus her conduct afterwards. You remember there was this famous walk the dog letter that she wrote while in custody, which appeared to be, according to prosecutors, her attempts to try to coach witnesses' testimony. So that type of evidence, that consciousness of guilt evidence, I think will also play a strong role.
Okay, we'll expect to see her in court later today. Joshua Ritter, thanks so much for your time on this Monday morning.